Now, most of us think pasta, and we think, well, I'm going to go to the pantry, I'm going to grab that box of pasta, I'm going to put it in the boiling water, and ta-da, it's done. What about making your own pasta?
That's right, and there's nothing
do
wrong.
it.
Exactly, there's nothing wrong with using dry pasta, store-bought. It's absolutely not a problem, especially nowadays we have a million different varieties. But making your own fresh pasta, this is the northern Italian way, especially because it's white flour and eggs. And this we're making egg noodles.
Okay.
We're making egg noodle. Okay, pasta. Start breaking those eggs into the
well,
flour.
wait for you to tell me.
This is okay. Well,
Come on,
you
boss.
need the instructions. I can't believe it. Make sure there's no shells.
No
in it.
shell?
No shells.
That's so different. I always put the shell in.
I have egg white, whole eggs and flour, and normally it's 100 grams of flour, 1 large egg.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you start from there, and you can make as much as you want. Half a kilo will normally serve about make enough pasta for about 6 to 8 people.
Okay.
Or 4 people here.
So those are the measurements.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Randy,
or 4 people here.
Randy is already rolling it because I do want to cook it because the best way to have an egg.
Take too long.
Yeah,
the best way to have an egg noodle is always a little bit of butter and cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Team going there.
Grana Padano, finely grated,
Yeah.
because there's nothing that says that finely grated Parmigiano, there is a reason for grating it that fine.
Okay.
Because it has to melt. Okay, and when you shred it or make it in thick pieces,
It's
it will
not
never
the same.
melt.
Would
you say
It's
good
not
Canadian
good.
substitutes had that too, though?
Keep mixing. I want you to knead it. Now, when you're making fresh pasta at home,
That was subtle.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that. That's okay. But when you're making fresh pasta at home, the most important thing, and this is one thing that no one really understands, and you know what? You have to look at your old Italian grandmothers. Their muscles, because they're kneading the dough. You have to knead it and knead it and knead it. You need more eggs in there?
I need some moisture. Yeah,
You need some moisture? Use that water over here.
So would you ever, do you just throw in a little bit of water
just,
if it's getting too...
Put some
a little
Canadian
bit of
olive oil in
that.
here.
Sure, because I didn't make it. I just eyeballed it. Now, when you flour, eggs, there's no need for salt, there's no need for oil, there's no need for anything. Okay. And this is the egg noodle specifically.
And that's
right?
it? That's all that's going in there?
That's all you need. Now,
Okay.
he's rolling it by hand. You have also machines that can do that.
Right.
And
I
you
am
have,
the machine.
I brought exactly.
That's right.
I brought some tools over there to showcase different cuts because you have a spaghetti, you have a fettuccine, also known as tagliatelle. Because north we call it tagliatelle, south we call it fettuccine. Sometimes I'm made with eggs, sometimes I'm made without. You cannot generalize about pasta. That's the one thing, one lesson that you have to learn. Now, this guy is gonna knead it and knead it and knead it. Basically,
it
come on,
clearly
you gotta
takes
hurry
a lot
up. What's the
of
matter with
kneading.
you?
So in the end...
What happens is that you're developing the gluten in the pasta. Okay?
I
So you're
see.
developing the gluten, it becomes very elastic.
Yeah.
Once that is very elastic, you're gonna have a pasta that is nice and al dente.
Right.
Now, once that you finish kneading it, and that is the super important.
When did you make that?
See that?
Like I said,
Beautiful
How did I
pappardelle.
miss that?
Okay.
So you
We'll
used
put it
one
in
of those
there.
cool
Yeah.
little things and you just cut? You
That's
just...
right.
it does cut
Wow.
4 at a time.
Oh,
so a little
perfect.
time.
I'm like, how did he
It's
get
a
them
little
all the
thick.
same size? Okay.
That's right. We
That's
have the special
amazing.
machine rolling. It takes only a few minutes when it's fresh to cook it.
Okay. Now, would you say, I know we all agree, it's fine if you have the pasta in a bag or a box, whatever, if you don't want to make it, but is this going to taste better?
Well, it tastes better because it's fresh
It's gonna
and it's got
taste
eggs
better,
and it's
right?
egg noodle.
Yeah, that's
of
right.
course, it's going to taste better
That's
because
why you
you
just
have
need a
the
little
right
bit of Parmigiano
ingredients.
and-
Exactly, a little Parmesan. But you know what? This is the basic, and this is what you feed your kids or people that have a little delicate stomach. You know what I mean? But then you can add tomatoes, you can add bacon, onions, you can add anything.
Okay.
Anything.
So
now,
it doesn't take long.
Look at that. These are ribbons. They're called ribbons.
They look so good.
Look at the beautiful ribbons.
That's lovely.
Yeah. You boil it a few minutes, 3 minutes at the most, and then you just put it in the butter. Add a little bit of his own water, just like so. Okay? Let's pretend that this is cooked all the way. Add a little bit of his own water. When you're cooking pasta, always season with a little bit of salt. Your water, and it doesn't mean that it has to taste like the sea, because I mean you hear Mario Batali saying he's got to taste like the sea all the time, and I think that nowadays everyone is trying to cut back on the salt, so make it taste the way that you like it.
Okay.
First of all, but
Fair
if you
enough.
don't add a little bit of salt, what you're doing, you're extracting all of the beautiful flavors,
Yes.
and you're just leaching it into the water. So
Got it.
that's
Okay,
not
so
what you want.
We're done, and Jason, I think you're
This
there,
is it.
right?
Jason,
It's close.
Like
Getting
that's
there.
almost there.
I just wanted to give him some exercise. That's all.
You've done your job.
I did it on
If you
purpose.
want to make your own pasta, we're putting that on our
Absolutely.
website. That is so cool. Let's go to break. We've got more
Easy
coming.
peasy.
Three chefs.
Easy
Basics.
peasy.